Perspective is really amazing. I caught myself looking at some cars and other items that are seen as high ticket, high value items on this planet. I could feel senses of desire, wanting, just a little bit. But I began to observe others and how they interacted with these objects and videos and life, social media and things. I saw the worship of these items. I saw once again how man was willing to go through all types of measures of deceit, decay, and destruction to obtain items. It amazes me. And again, this is not just to say it out the gate, not about not loving things in your life, having the dream car, the dream house, but we go deeper. For one, it's interesting to me that as a creator, there are things that you create. If you were to create something for the world that is a high ticket item, let's say you made a multi-million-dollar watch, your relationship to that item would not be the same as somebody who wants it. To the person that sees that watch and said, man, we got to get that. Let's steal it. You wouldn't have that feeling or idea. Why? Because you created it from your imagination, from whatever, however it happened. Though the world sees it as worth $10 million, you, of course, love your creation, but you don't see it the same exact way. It's no longer out of desperation or that hunger, that lust for something, no matter how great it seems to be. Think about designer clothes and how people idolize and worship the name, the brands, but it's just somebody. These are just somebody's name. Most of these brands are just somebody's last name or family name. Do you think that family worships the fabric? No, but it has convinced the masses to do so, to worship not only the fabric, but their name. There are many names on this earth that have been put before God. Many names that have been called in hell as great, as sought after. There are beings we know on this planet here and now today that would kill for these high ticket items. We have set up a culture where these high ticket items are the main driving factor for some. The reason they get up in the morning. And again, I am not talking about just having love for something. So don't even try to pull that card. Oh, are you saying I can't have? No, that is not what I'm saying. Look deeper. Isn't it amazing how this it's just somebody's name on a piece of fabric, somebody's name on a piece of metal? Do you think that they would kill, steal, and destroy for that which is literally in their mind theirs? But many in the masses would do just that. Think just for a moment again, because I know how the mind tries to act. It tries to go on the defensive. It tries to say, oh, so now you're telling me, cut this off. This person is trying to tell you that you can't have your dream Lamborghini. No. But do you not find it strange that imagine if you were the one who had created a Lamborghini? Would you feel that same sense of idolship or worship? You may still love. And the love might be even greater because it came from you. You created it. But would you feel that emptiness, that desperation, that hunger that you may feel or that you have seen others feel for items that they believe will increase their worth or increase their status? How many names will we constantly put above the one name? And yet we are surprised that we are in the type of conscious environment we are in. Look how we act. Look how we act. We put on someone else's name and think we are now somebody because you have somebody else's last name on you. You're driving a certain car. Now that means something. Imagine if you were the one who created these clothes and you were watching all these beings talk about how great they were because they had on your design. You'd probably chuckle, wouldn't you? If only they knew how we have been duped. But it need not be this way, obviously. If you can go left, you better believe you can go right. If you can go forward, best believe you can go backwards, and then you can open up to all types of angles. Diagonal. You can just start doing all types of things once you open up to the freedom of choice. Once you realize you don't have to keep making the same decision on a loop for all the days of your life until we finally put you in the ground. Who's the master of your mind? Who? Does Mr. Lamborghini have it? Does Mr. Louis Vuitton or Miss, I don't know, Mr. or Mrs. whatever. Does the house of Gucci have your mind so much that that name holds power in your world to the point where you can't be happy without it? It could be anything. Again, anything, any name. And once again, I am not talking about just enjoying your shopping spree. Look deeper. It's amazing that we put so many names before that name. How so many of us idolize and worship trinkets, a combination of atoms vibrating at a certain frequency. And it's enough to make you lose your mind. But what do I know? Not much, really. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to say enough? How much more chaos has to be before we start to finally realize that we don't have to live this way? Worshipping these things. And again, because I know this does not mean you cannot have. This does not mean you can't keep shopping and doing things you love. But why are you doing it really? Is that where your self-worth is? Be honest. Are you afraid they won't love you if you don't wear that? If you don't drive that? If you don't live in that specific city or that specific condo? If you're not in the Ashton Martin building. And again, back to the names. They're just somebody's name. Forget even the name of God. So many people put names over their own self. You done said the name of a brand more than you called on your own name, so to speak. You believe in this person or being or this creator potential more than you believe in your own potential. Really? You can't wait to see what they're gonna do next, but never once in your life ponder your own greatness. Really? But at least you're gonna look really good when we put you down. Whenever that day is, once we lower you down into the ground, at least you have on that other person's clothes and you look really good. And all you did your whole life was, hmm, give energy and attention to something else. And you built your whole life so that you could contain more of something or somebody else. Hmm. Thank you for adding to that other thing. Thank you. But seriously, anybody? We all have creative potential. Many of us refuse to acknowledge it or refuse to believe we can create at the same level of whatever it is in our life that we believe is the greatest thing. And again, with a lot of clothes and watches and, you know, the high ticket things and items and companies, it's usually just somebody, a family, and it's literally their last name. It's the business or the brand. And man worships with all its heart and mind and with all its money. To each his own. But what can I say? Maybe y'all know something I don't.